Welcome to Grandma's house.
And welcome to the Jason Coleman Show. Oh, thank you very much, and welcome to a very special edition of the Jason Coleman Show. Since we are at my grandma's house and we're celebrating all things Floyd Cramer, I thought it would only be appropriate if she got to say hello to you and you all got to meet her here today. And so, would you please make welcome the true star of this whole family circus, Miss Mary Cramer, everybody. Why don't you come over here and have a seat?
Okay.
Just make yourself at home.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Grandma, how you doing today?
I'm fine. Well, welcome everybody.
Hey, it is just it is our treat. I have grown up in this same house. Of course, you've been in this house since for what, 1962?
I go by Donna's age. She was not quite 3. I'm telling. Oh my God!
My mom.
I told you how old Donna is.
That's okay. That's right. So
Sorry, Donna.
It's all right. So last date was 1960, and then you all moved into this house here in 1962.
Yeah.
And have been here ever since.
Ever
so
since.
Really for my family and my mom and my aunt Di and me and my cousins, this is just Grandma and Granddad's house. Always has been, always
How
will
many
be.
people stay in a house that long?
Not many. 58 years. That's pretty rare, I would think. So last date came along then in 1960. So you all had been here for 5 years, I guess. And Granddad had been working pretty much day and night, wasn't he?
Day and night.
So when last date came along, did like everything just change, or was it just sort of like another day at the office? Because he was working still, like crazy.
Well,
wasn't he?
Well, it was crazy. I mean, it was such a shock, you know. But it, like I said, it was a life-changing thing.
Yeah.
And but he was always so humble, and you know, because he'd go after he started going on the road, you know, traveling, being as with himself, on the shows, he would say, "I can't believe these people are doing what they're getting dressed to come just to see me play." All kinds of weather. I'm sure that's the way you feel too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just it's mind blowing that people do that. But even now, I mean, it's been 23 years almost since he passed away.
He wouldn't believe it. He'd be so proud of you too, Jason.
Aw,
But I could envision y'all on a concert, touring together.
we'd be on
Wouldn't
a whirlwind tour.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be fun.
But he would love knowing that you're, following in his footsteps.
Well, he's just
and enjoying his music.
Always as a kid, he wanted to be like Granddad, and no one will ever be like Floyd Cramer. But it's just it's an honor to get to do what I do to keep his music and his legacy alive. And that legacy is a legacy of love from all of our family too. That you obviously carry on. I mean, there's no one that loves kids and grandkids more than Grandma, and we get to extend that love on to little man now.
I know.
Little man now too.
And it's amazing how well he's playing.
Oh my goodness! In fact, Avery, do you think it's time? Do you want to come say hello? Oh, here he comes. He's the part of the show every week. Would you welcome officially Mr. Avery Cramer Coleman? Avery, how are you doing? Where are we today?
At the grandma's house.
Oh,
We are at Grandma's house. How much do you love Grandma?
Yes, so much.
You do love your
I
Grandma.
love you too,
So
baby.
Avery, I believe, has prepared a special song just for Grandma. Do you want to play a song for Grandma today, Avery?
Grandma.
Oh, wow.
And then silver.
You like my necklace?
Has a blue and silver necklace. Isn't that beautiful? Well, Grandma is always, of course, just stunning. But as many of you have mentioned...
Like M&M's.
What?
I like to eat the blue M&M's.
Did you hear that? Avery said the blue ones look kind of like M&Ms. He'd like to eat the M&Ms. Well, they're just pretend M&Ms. But Grandma is always quite stylish, as Granddad was too. And most of you have mentioned through the weeks just how all these shirts that I keep pulling out came from Grandma.
I
So
know.
we do our best. All right, bud. Hey, let's come play a song for Grandma. You want to come play one song? Maybe more? Now, what's a song that Grandma has always sung to you, and Grandma has always sung to your daddy and all of us? Oh, here, hey, bud. You want to play You're My Sunshine? Do you need the notes, or can you just play it from memory? From memory, of course. So this is a song Avery learned to read the notes, but now he's going to play it by memory. So we'll see how that goes. Ready? What are the first notes? Do you know? You ready, bud? CF? Right there. This one's for Grandma.
Okay.
From Avery and all your grandkids. Ready? Here, I'll start it out. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's just for Grandma, because you've sung
Thank
that
you.
to us all of our lives.
Thank you, sweetie.
Now, Avery, do you want to play, you think, one more song for our special last date celebration? Or what's next? What song now, bud? Are you just having fun playing Granddad's big piano over here? Isn't it pretty? Do you want to play, what song next? You want to play one song or two more songs?
We'll play one song.
You want to do last date for everybody here today?
No, I'm gonna do on the rebound.
Want to do On the Rebound?
Let's see. I'm gonna do on the rebound.
Okay, well, we can do On the Rebound.
Oh,
We can
wow.
close out with
Let's
that.
do one last thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna do one on the
Are you ready, bud? I'm going to start us off.
I'm gonna get on Country Go.
Okay, you ready? I'll play it just like Country Gold. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta do the drum solo. Good job. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, play! Oh, bud. Happy Mother's Day. Welcome to Grandma's house and welcome to the Jason Coleman Show. Woo-hoo! Well, you know, Grandma, since we are here at your house, why don't we do one more song here just for Grandma? And this one is going to come not from me, but from Grandad to you. I got to play for you now. And I wasn't going to do this because I know we got Mr. Man waiting here, but I feel like I have to right here today on Granddad's piano. So from your sugar, your sweetheart to you, this is one of Granddad's songs for Grandma. It's called You Are So Beautiful. Avery, has it been a great day? Oh,
yeah.
Yes, it has. So Avery has a very special song here. Step right back here. Step, step, step. Let me move this microphone right here, and we'll see if we can make it work. Avery has prepared a song just for his mommy and his nana and his grandma and nanny and nana and mama and G-Gran and all of the mommies and grandmothers that we love. It's one that actually all of you probably have sung to him at some point in your lives, and he wanted to sing it back to you. Avery, we're going to sing it and then play it?
I've got my Kleenex out.
Uh-oh. You all right? You going to get right in the microphone? What's the name of the song? Say it.
You are my sunshine.
Oh, bud. Here we go. I'll play the intro. Ready? Get right in the microphone.
You On my sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Wow. Oh, bud, you want to blow a kiss to Grandma and to Mommy and to Nana? Oh, and to all of our Nana and our grandmothers and great-grandmothers. Oh, what a day it's been. Well, welcome back, everybody. So you can see our location has changed just a bit. Welcome to Grandma's house. We're here at the home of Floyd and Mary Cramer, and I'm excited now to be joined by a very special guest. Would you all please make welcome the queen herself, Miss Mary Cramer, everyone. You want to come on over here, Grandma? Come have a seat. Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Here she is. Well, Grandma, thanks for having us over here today. Let me get your mic set, just like that. There you are.
Okay.
How you doing there, Grandma?
Fine. How are you, hon?
Boy, we are having a blast. We have been all about the Louisiana Hayride today for our show. Been playing a lot of the old songs that Grandad played, I guess, as he was part of the band for all these great artists, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you all met when he was playing the Hayride when you met, right?
Yes.
How old were y'all?
I was 18 and he was 19.
Ooh, just kids.
Yeah.
But he had just graduated high school and he was already playing in the band there.
Yeah. Well, he and Jimmy Day had a little band, in Huddig.
Uh-huh.
And so that was his big thing. And so all he wanted to do was play music.
Right.
But he was supposed to be in college. I've probably told you this.
No.
Well, he was supposed to be in college. He did go for maybe a few months. And then he was out playing music. And back then they didn't, they didn't call or anything. And, and his daddy got a letter and said that his son wasn't attending class.
Not in the letter that you want to get, I would guess.
And at that time they lived in Huddig, where my daddy had moved to. We'd moved. Daddy was a sawyer at the sawmill, and his daddy was the bookkeeper at the sawmill, for the sawmill, and so that was pretty shocking, I think.
Right.
And they were pretty unhappy.
Well, sure.
About it until he started getting successful, and of course then it was a different note.
I guess so. And so you met and you were married, and then you moved to Nashville when on your
first wedding anniversary.
1 year wedding anniversary. But until then, you lived in Shreveport.
Well, we moved. I lived in Hague 2 years.
In Arkansas.
In Arkansas. And Mr. Wonderful kept coming down trying to meet me.
Right.
And before I started work, I'd go back to my grandma's house and be with them because I had all my friends there. I mean, And so he kept coming down, and he was real quiet, but he'd heard about.
He'd heard about
you. Heard a little kitchen girl, don't ask me. And so he brought, Aunt Verda from Georgia. They came by, and he even came by and played the piano for him, Mom and Daddy's piano. He would have never thought he would have done anything like that.
Sure.
So she met him before I did, my aunt in Georgia. Back then, we had gone to my grandmother and grandfather's house.
Right.
And you didn't lock the doors, and my aunt and them just came by on their way from Georgia, spent the night, and then came on up to,
But then when he did come to meet you, he left a record there for you, didn't he?
He did.
Was that song something that was familiar to you?
Exactly. And I sit down on it. Don't ask me how I did that. And crack the record.
It was Fancy Pants was the song that Grandad wrote. It's one of the early ones that he wrote.
And it wasn't about me because I didn't know him then.
It wasn't your Fancy Pants he was writing about?
No.
But he brought the record, and you sat on it and broke
Had
it.
to bring me another one.
But he still came after you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And so you met and courted, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
And
Well,
here we are.
Well, the first time that I met him, he came. This is so corny. You may not have time for this.
Oh,
but see, I'd heard about him, but he kept coming down, and I never was home. So a lot of our friends, we went on a picnic, and we always, our hangout back then was the fire tower. And we just go and sit on any cars, in that 50s. And he came by, but it was already dusk dark, and you couldn't really see him. And he said, does anybody want to go to Strong? That's a little town about 12 miles away. And nobody said anything, and I was thinking, yeah, I'd like to, but this is not proper. I can't go with him. No one introduced me.
Yeah.
And so after that, I said, well, y'all didn't introduce me. And they said, we thought you knew. I said, no. And the next morning, I got up and washed my hair. And back then, we just put them pin curls and didn't have hair dryers back then. And I was sitting at the kitchen table in my shorty pajamas. Yeah, maybe that did it. Yeah. I don't know. And my two brothers, 6 and 8 years younger than me, they got to be a joke with them because they said, Floyd Jr., that's what everybody in the small town, they called him Floyd Jr. Said, Floyd Jr.'s coming in, and I said, yeah, right. And I was sitting at the table, and he came through the kitchen door, and I'm screaming and hollering here, and I'm sitting in my little shorty pajamas, well, blue with black lace on them, but they were a little cotton pussy,
With your hair up in
rollers,
and curlers.
Yeah, wet and curlers. And he said, and he said, well, at least I get to see what you look like the first time I meet you. And so I excused myself and put a robe on, and he wanted to know if I'd like to go to the lake for a little drive that afternoon. Don't that sound corny?
I know, that sounds
it's
perfect.
Sweet, So we went down to the lake, and it's not the same though. We were there,
Right.
It don't look the same.
But that's where it all began.
That's where it started.
In your shorty pajamas and your hair up in curlers.
Yeah. And he said though he knew he was going to marry me, and I thought later, not
right.
Yeah, that scared me to death. But yeah, it's really a true story.
And here we are. So he was just a crazy musician out there playing, and your parents probably had to think you both were crazy for going for it and moving to Nashville, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
But
it all worked out. So
the Louisiana Hayride, he was playing that when you first got married, and you said you went and saw most of the shows, right, on Saturday nights?
At the Louisiana Hayride. That's a big thing, you know.
Well, sure. And that's where he met, I know, a lot of the big stars. And he played in the band for all these artists, and I've already in the show earlier played for you a lot. So, Grandma, we've been listening as I've been playing these songs in the show to some of the old recordings from the Hayride. I found a website that has old radio recordings of a lot of the old songs, and I actually found Grandad with Jimmy Day playing Fancy Pants. So I thought for just a second we might listen now to Grandad on the Hayride playing Fancy Pants. So here, let's give it a listen.
Floyd Cramer and Jimmy Day and their band have a unique little organization. Floyd is quite a Ricky-Tick type piano player, and everybody that comes to watch our show enjoys so much watching Floyd with his unusual antics. They'd like to do for you a little tune that Floyd wrote called Fancy Pants. It goes like this.
Isn't that cool?
It was cool.
So there you go. That
Yeah.
would have been right around the time that y'all would have gotten married, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Right around 1954
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah. Well, Mom and Daddy came down the first time that Elvis Presley, was on the
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, earlier in the show, played that song and played a little bit of his.
Oh,
because
did
he
you?
got his start there, too.
Yeah,
So that's where they would have met, I guess.
And my daddy would say he'd go backstage. Daddy loved that. My daddy was a lot of fun. And he said he'd have to help Elvis kiss all the girls. Of course he didn't. That's what he would tell.
That's great. Well, we had this, I know, in the old family archives. This is an actual old souvenir program from the Louisiana Hayride that we've had for all these years, and you can...
It's probably in the cedar chest.
Probably,
His
yeah,
mama,
exactly.
Probably his mother's cedar chest.
And here he is.
Yep. Oh, and there's Goldie Hill.
Yeah.
And Van Howard now played in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
all...
hadn't seen this in a long time.
So we've got that, and then, of course, we've got here the picture of Granddad. This would have been right around that same time when you first met him, wasn't
That's
it?
the same. That's the picture. That's just the... Yeah, that he gave me.
Now that's something.
Yeah.
Just giving you your 8x10 glossy to the girl you might be.
Yeah,
courting.
and this is a yellow shirt with a little background. Look how handsome he was.
Love it.
Isn't that something? Look at that hairdo, boy. He had that hair on.
He
had-
he did.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun so far, but we got a little more music in store, and to help us out, Grandma.
Okay.
And by the way, I didn't even mention we have so much happening here. This piano is the piano that Granddad grew up playing as a kid, right?
Yes.
His family, right?
They got that piano when he was 5 years old.
So it's a family treasure. He would have learned playing piano on this, and then it came to Nashville, right, when you all moved here to Nashville shortly after you all arrived here.
Now, Joe Roper, I probably told you this, but Joe Roper was his hero.
Oh, yes.
And was the Stamp Spectre Quartet. And he was 14 years old, and they came and played at the gymnasium in Huddig, Arkansas. You know, they used to come in these little places and play. And his mother fixed dinner for him. And he ate the quartet, and Joe Roper had dinner with them. We called it supper back then. And then he played Floyd's piano, this piano. And
meant the world to him, I know.
yeah. Oh, gosh, yes.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
So it's fun to play all the old songs on Granddad's old piano, but to help us out with this next song, we have to bring on a special guest.
Oh, okay, yes.
So, if he's ready, would you please make welcome playing his great granddad's piano, Mr. Avery Cramer Coleman.
And now, your granddad was 5 years. He was 5 when he got the piano. He's 4.
That's right. So he was almost Avery's age when he first got this piano and started playing it. How you doing, big boy? Do you love being at Grandma's house? Everybody loves being at Grandma's house. So Grandma, let's be quiet just a minute so we can talk and then we'll play. So we've been working up a song that we just sort of, hey bud, we gotta talk for just a minute and then we'll play. We got a song here that's one of Granddad's originals that Avery loves that we're going to try. We hadn't done it a whole lot, so anything could happen, but we're going to see if we can play it on this old piano of Granddad's. You want to try it? Flip, flop, and pop.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What song is this, Avery? Say it loud.
Flip, flop, and mop.
All right, let's do it. Playing Granddad's piano. All right, sit right here. And what note? Is it G? Right here? Ready? You want me to count it in? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. have.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Well, we can't have a Mary Cramer Christmas without Mary Cramer. So here she is, folks. Would you please welcome Grandma Mary Cramer.
Well, hello, everybody.
Always so funny welcoming you to the stage here when you're welcoming us into your home.
My home, yeah.
What I always think about at Grandma and Granddad's house is this beautiful white tree.
Yes.
Now, y'all have had the white tree for all 36 of my Christmases, but before that, do you remember, have you always had the big white Christmas tree?
Yes, but not the professional.
Okay.
Okay, the first, in our little house, first little house, well, I was pregnant with Diane at that time.
Very pregnant,
Very
weren't you?
pregnant, yeah. And so I kind of had a cold, but we could go out and buy a tree. And back then, you sprayed that old spray in a can, which I wonder it hadn't have killed us all, But,
And this would have been, what, just a year or two after, I guess, you were married, right? Was this like...
Well, it was 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, we sprayed the tree and in the garage, and then your granddad had to go down and work the Friday night frolics on the radio. And so while the tree was drying and he comes home and we eat supper, don't ask me what we ate, we called it supper back then.
It was good, whatever it was.
Yeah, probably something fried. And so we thought, well, we better decorate the tree. And so then we decorated the tree, and your granddad watched the fights. And so then I curled my hair because I had a feeling she was going to be born that night because while he was gone, I was cooking supper and I was having some pains. And so about 4:30, I woke up and I was having labor pains, So I get up and I getting all primped up, And so your granddad said, if you don't hurry up, I'm going to go off and leave you. And I said, I don't think that's going to help a bit.
I don't think that'll work out.
And so she was born about 12:15.
Wow.
The next day.
So you had a special delivery and barely snuck your tree in there.
And so we've always tried to have the tree at least up by Diane's birthday every year.
Of course.
But
we got it up here.
But now we, get the professional one done. But that little...
You hadn't got the spray out in the garage? Out in the carport anymore?
No. But that stuff was toxic,
Well, you're here. We all survived, I guess.
You're okay, aren't you, Diane?
Okay.
Maybe that's why we're all half crazy.
Yeah.
But you do decorate the tree yourself, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
These are all decorations that I know
one
you all...
we've had 100 years.
Well, sure. And, of course, these special roses in the tree I know came from Granddad as well. So it's always... Christmas time's always... it's bittersweet because it's the time we all think about our Granddad and all loved ones that we've lost, but they're sweet memories and they're precious memories, and we're thankful for every one of them, aren't we?
We sure are.
Thankful for you.
Yep, thankful for y'all too, honey.
We've had a good time so far, but we've still got a few more songs to go, and I think our special guest star has a few more in store. Do you want to call him here on up to the stage?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mary Cramer Coleman.
Oh, here he is again.
Go, tell us on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go, tell us on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Go, tell us on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go, tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. It's time, go. It's time to tell it on the mountain. So it's time to go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain. It's time to go tell on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain. Over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
Woo.
Whoa! That was great.
That was beautiful. That was great.
That was a nice.
And we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay, do it really good, really loud.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings to you and with you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Whoa! Take a big bow. How about a big hug for Grandma?
Woo!
Wow.
That was
High
great.
five.
High five.
How about just one high five?
Oh, just one. Yeah, just Grandma high five. There we go. How about it, Grandma? How about it for Avery Cramer Coleman, everyone? Woo-wee. All right, friends, we have moved from the music room over here to the living room at Grandma Mary's house, and we are joined now by the Queen herself. Would you please make welcome Grandma Mary Cramer, everybody?
Welcome, everybody. We're having a wonderful day.
What a great day it's been. It's always better at Grandma's house, but today has been...
It's been our day.
Our day. It's
our private day.
That's right. Just me and Grandma here. We had a good lunch earlier, which is always important, and we've shared some great stories and memories and some great music from the big piano. But now we're in the living room for something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, Grandma, we talked a little earlier about, of course, our Sounds of Sunday album, which Grandad dedicated to Paul.
Which is my grandfather.
Grandma's grandfather.
My daddy's father.
Mm-hmm. He would have been my great-great-grandfather, who he passed away before I was born. But so Paul was in Gravely, Arkansas, right?
Yes.
And he was a minister?
Free Will Baptist minister.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the minister at we called him preacher back then.
Sure.
And it's Free Will Baptist Church in Gravely, Arkansas, a precious little town.
So, Sounds of Sunday, the album we've been talking about that I've been playing from today, was released in 1971, and Paul passed away a year later in 1972. But in the final years of Paul's life, Grandad helped him out with something that's pretty special. So Grandad helped Paul to publish a book. And we're going through some good family memories here today, y'all. Not just the music, we got some good stories too.
We've been a few little tears, maybe.
Just a few. So this is Paul's book. It's C.C. Kitchen's How Firm a Foundation. These are Paul's writings on the prophecies of Christ and how they were fulfilled. And he wrote, for years and years and years on his own. He wrote the songs, wrote his own hymns in the back of the book, and wrote an entire book of his research on these prophecies. And Grandad helped him actually get this published back in the 70s.
Yes.
And I believe it was published even right after he had passed away.
There's a letter in the organ here from my aunt, how happy she was that she wished Paul had been.
Sure.
Yeah, I got to see it.
So let me read for you now just a little bit. I know we've already read a lot from the liner notes earlier from the album, but today is all about these memories. And so let me just read for you a little bit from my great-great-grandfather's book here. But this is Grandad Floyd Cramer introducing Paul. So my granddad says, "I want to acquaint you with the author of this book. My grandfather was known to everyone throughout the valley in Arkansas where he lived as either Paul or Preacher Kitchens. He spent 62 of his 87 years preaching, teaching, and praising the works of our Lord. He did this not only from the pulpit, but by his daily deeds, by the beautiful songs he wrote and put to music, and by many other works, including the manuscript for this book. Paul was a self-taught man. As the minister who gave Paul's eulogy stated, he could have been a great statesman or name anything else, and he could have been that. Paul always marveled at the well-educated person. He studied daily. He believed in always bettering oneself. This book wasn't compiled from a large plush office or in a big easy chair. I can see and recall so many times going to visit Paul, and you said they'd play dominoes together, wouldn't they? All the time. They were so close. When I'd come upon him, he was usually sitting in an old-fashioned straight-back chair doing his research and writing for this book. Suddenly, he would look up at me, and that sweet smile would spread across his face, responding bashfully because I had slipped up on him. I love this part. Paul had so much sweet love for everyone. I didn't even know Paul. He didn't love just the most popular and most attractive people, such as most of us like to associate ourselves with. He just loved everyone. As a dear minister friend of mine and Paul said, he was so easy to love. Yeah, Paul passed away before I was born, but what's so special to me is that could be written of anyone in our family, of you, of Granddad, of my mom and dad, all of my grandparents, and I hope the same can be written of me and of Avery one day. And so...
Oh, they will be.
Yeah, they will be. So, we got to get... The wheels are falling off the wagon, Grandma. Pull us back in.
I have a Kleenex I think it's used.
So we're here in the living room, though, because this beautiful instrument you see beside me actually was...
Ma and Pa's
organ. It's an old pump organ here, and we have a picture that I showed Grandma earlier, and you can see there on the screen, too.
That's beautiful.
Of Ma and Pa from their house with this same organ.
And Pa's hat on the side.
His Pa's hat up there on the side of the organ. So, before we wrap up our time here, I wanted to play for you now. I am not an organist, mind you. This is new for me. I hadn't played this instrument in years and years and years, but I thought as a tribute to Paul and to all of the family on this Sounds of Sunday episode today, just to play for you a song from the organ. So y'all bear with me, and we'll see what we can do. So in honor of C.C. Kitchens, I'll play for you now, How Firm a Foundation. Now let's see if I can do this. This is one you have to actually pump the pedals here. It's beautiful.
welcome to the Jason Coleman Show at Grandma's house.
That's right. We are here at Grandma Mary's playing my granddad's childhood piano. You ready, Grandma?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Hang on.
Okay, hang on. That's a good one.
Well, it's been a pretty fun day so far, hasn't it, Grandma?
It's been great.
What do you think about this old piano? How does it sound?
Sounds wonderful.
It's been around for quite a while, hadn't it?
It has.
We had it verified. You know, we had it all tuned up and checked out from our friends over at AMO Pianos not long ago. They got it all in good shape here and looked up the serial number and determined that it was 1939, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which would have been... You've always said that Granddad was 5 years old, and we had always heard that, and that lined up right. And so this very piano was purchased by Floyd Cramer's parents, who would have been my great-grandparents in Huttig, Arkansas, in 1939 for Floyd Cramer, who was about to turn 6 years old and just starting to play the piano. So this piano, I guess, was... You all moved here to Nashville from Shreveport when you got married on your... 1 year?
First wedding anniversary.
And that was 19...
Well, we got married in 54.
Let me fix your necklace right there. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead. In 54, so 1955, y'all would have moved here. But you weren't here at this house quite at that point, though, right?
No. We was at a little house on Westchester Drive. At first, it was a new house. And we had to work hard to get a down payment.
You were just saying the down payment.
And a side note we had to carry.
Woo! But that monthly payment then was, you said what?
About $70.
$70 for that house payment. I'd take that today. I'd trade you mine for that one. But you made it work. And then this piano, though, I guess was at his parents' house until y'all had moved to that house a couple of years married, and then moved it up here to Nashville.
Yeah.
And then it's been a part of the family ever since, I guess. In fact, we got a couple of pictures. These we had looked up here. Let's see. This one first. Was that at...
That's at his mother and daddy's.
That's right.
And this is a picture of me.
Yes, it is. I'll show that on the screen so you all can see it.
I had short hair. You know, cut my hair. That's when everybody's cutting their hair.
So this would have been back in...
well, that was the year we married, I'm sure.
Okay, when you married and the piano's not up here yet. So that was... He would have been
Shreveport.
About 20 years old or something, around 21 years old. And then this one, though, I see was right here in this exact same spot.
Yeah.
If y'all look, you can see, I'll show on the screen there for you as well. Granddad's sitting right here at this piano. Now, it looks a little different behind us here, right?
Yeah, we added the music room, the big part on.
Right.
And that where the curtains are was the back of the house, which is, you know.
Yeah, so right behind us here, it's the big open into the music room right now. It used to be just the back wall of the house before you all tore that down and made a little more room for the pianos there. And then I love this photo, which y'all can
That was
see
made
as well.
right after, you know, Donna was not, like about 3 weeks being 3 when we moved here. And so this is made here.
The whole piano. And so right there, this piano has been on this same wall now for a little more than 60 years.
Look at the pole lamp.
Yeah, I love it.
There's Diane and there's Donna.
You look the same, Grandma. You hadn't changed a bit. That's the truth. Look at that.
Well, I think my waist might be
not a bit, Grandma.
A bit smaller.
I love it. Now, Grandma, you were 18, is that right? When you met him? And he was?
19.
19, a year older. And so Grandma did not know Floyd Cramer at 5 and 6 years old. We've only seen the pictures and we've heard the stories of a young Floyd Cramer. But we do have a little glimpse at what it might have been like to watch Floyd Cramer at 6 years old learning to play the piano, because there is another Cramer here in the family that is doing just that. And I believe it's time to introduce our special guest for today to play for you a song on his great granddad's piano. Do you want the honors, Grandma?
I will.
Okay.
Would you please welcome Avery Cramer Coleman, my little sweet great grandson.
Here he comes. Avery, how are you doing?
Good.
Oh, is it so fun to be at Grandma's house?
Yes.
Okay, bud. We have a very important song to play. Are you ready to do it?
Yes.
Okay. What is the name of the song? And it's a song that your granddad wrote. Say, Grandma, I'm going to play for you.
Grandma, I'm going to play for you Fancy Pants.
All right.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's do it. One of our favorites. So let me sit right beside you here. All right. Give me some room. Okay. Playing the same keys his great-granddad played many years ago. Ready? Count us in.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Woo, take a bow.
Wow.
How about it for Avery Cramer
wonderful.
Coleman?
He nailed it.
He nailed it.
Wouldn't his granddad be proud?
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness. So sweet.
All right, we are back, and look who it is, folks. She's been so gracious to invite us over and so gracious here to have a chat with us. Would you please welcome Grandma Mary Cramer, everybody. Let's hear you.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, Grandma?
Oh, I'm fine.
We were hustling here during the break to get you all set up here.
I know.
Got your microphone, and we're all official.
I
So,
know. Okay.
testing, 1,
Yeah.
2.
Big,
You want to sing
big bead?
It's your necklace.
Yeah.
You want to sing us a song?
Maybe not.
Not today. We were just chatting yesterday. Some folks have asked if Grandma played the piano herself. And you said you never have really played a musical instrument.
No.
No, not even growing up?
Mm-mm.
And then,
I
of
was
course,
around it all my life.
Right. Well, your daddy and grandfather were...
They were, my grandfather was a minister, but he wrote a lot of songs, a lot of church songs.
Right.
And they had a quartet. And Mama played the piano and the organ. So...
You always were just there
I was just...
tapping along?
I was doing all the work.
Were you in the kitchen?
Laughing.
Laughing,
Yeah.
getting everything ready.
Yeah.
You mind if I keep on playing here for a minute?
Yes.
I'll let you, if you want to go sit back
Okay,
at your
I'm
little seat
okay.
here. How
Yeah.
about it for Grandma Mary, everybody? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Thank you for having us over
Well,
to the
thank you for
to the
being
house.
here,
It's
honey.
always fun. Well, we got more music to get to, but we got to hurry it up because we got supper coming too.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Hey, it's been a fun day so far, but the Jason Coleman Show would not be complete without a special guest performance. And this guy's been over here eating that grandma's snack bowl the whole time. And what do you see? He's got crafts going, he's got coloring going, but he, most importantly, has a couple of songs in store for you here today. Would you please make welcome Mr. Mary Cramer Coleman. Hey dude, how are you doing?
Good.
Is everything better at Grandma's house?
Yeah.
Boy, we love coming to Grandma's house, and boy, we love playing this piano together. This is a song that Avery and I get to play a lot when we go out and perform at concerts, especially with our friends Megan Taylor and the family. Ready? Mm-hmm. Key of C. Here, scooch over. Let me sit beside you here. We're going to play one. Y'all all can sing along with us here as I play. Let me get my foot here on the pedal. I don't want to smash you. There we go. All right. Ready? We'll do the I'll Fly Away part first on the G. Let me turn my mic off. Ready? Mary Cramer Coleman. listening to The Jason Coleman Show on WSM Radio.